Hello, beautiful people. It is I, Vemilo Evergreen here. Now, my pronouns are he, him, but if you got something juicy to tell me or you root me on, girl is an exception. And welcome back to another episode of Tea with V. Let's get to it.
I buy you English breakfast, sugar and cream right on the side. You know I'm really worth it. Tuning in your favorite show of mine, and all that really matters. You haven't let us skate for a little while, so come on in with me. So why don't you tune in and see what's on with Tea with V? You can all just join with me and watch some Tea with V. I know you'll have a blast and learn something real fast. So why don't you tune in and see what's on with Tea with V? All the latest hot chart topics, Tea with V, and the TikTok tea responses, Tea with V. Don't forget the quote of the week, yeah, Tea with V. I'm happy that you're watching me on Tea with V.
All right. Come on in. Get yourself situated. Come right on in. How is everyone doing? I hope y'all had a fabulous Easter. I actually worked on Easter, so I really didn't do much but work. You know, I got to collect the coin. I got to keep on the hustle and keep on the grind, and you know, one step at a time. You know, a bitch is recovering from burnout, so you know what? I just got to take it easy. Gotta keep it zen. But I want to shout out two people, Micah and Leroy, aka John. Y'all celebrated your birthday, so I just wanted to send you some birthday wishes, belated birthday wishes, because you know this is a pre-recorded show. But happy belated birthday to both of you. But without further ado, you know what time it is, and I know what time it is. It is time for some hot chai topics. So let's get started. Let's get into it. So by the looks of the shirt, you know what I'm about to talk about, and it's good old Beyoncé releasing her album Cowboy Carter. Now this album is absolutely stunning. It is sonically breathtaking, and it is a beautiful, well crafted body of work, and I'm just so grateful to be in the same time era as Beyonce. You know, Beyonce delivered so good in this album. Vocally, this girl is singing. All right, she is singing Italian opera, she's rapping, she's belting, she's yodeling, she's doing it all in this body of work. And shout out to all the features, Dolly, and shout out to all the features. Y'all did the damn thing. Everybody put their blood, sweat, and tears in this project, and I just gotta give Beyonce credit where credit is due. You did the damn thing. Now, of course, I gotta give you my top 5 of the songs. So my top 5 is 16 Carriages. Now, I don't know if I told you in the last episode, but when 16 Carriages and Texas Hold'em came out, I avoided them at all costs because I wanted to listen to the album from start to finish with I didn't want to skip. I didn't want to know or expect anything. I wanted to go in it blind. So 16 Carriages, Bodyguard, that's also a good one. Spaghetti, Two Most Wanted, and that's with Miley Cyrus. Oh my goodness, that made me cry. That song is so good. And then lastly is Tyrant. So those are my top 5. So let me know in the comments below, what are your top 5 on Cowboy Carter, because this right here, Beyonce, you put your blood, sweat, and tears, and I'm just so grateful to be experiencing this in this same era. I am so immensely grateful, because the kids these days are not doing it like the queen, and we got to take notes from her, because what she's doing is monumental. There's so much historical elements to the album where I'm still finding things out on the TikToks and learning new things and what are the symbolisms and all of that. Like, she is a student, a well-rounded student. So congratulations, Beyonce, for delivering yet another classic album, because you really did the damn thing. But let me know, what are your favorite songs off this new album? I'm dying to know. All right, so from Beyonce dropping new music to Madame Tussauds dropping this new Lady Gaga wax figure. Yeah! Can we talk about this? This is really, really well done. Now, I was on X, see how I got it right? I was on X looking for the, my latest chai topics, things to discuss, and I came across this picture. So I'm thinking, oh, this must be an outtake from her doing a press from House of Gucci, because she wore this for one of the House of Gucci tours, promo tours. And I looked closely and I realized, I was like, wait a minute, is that a wax figure? And then I looked behind her, and of course it has, has the logo of Madame Tussauds on the back. So I'm like, oh my goodness, this is a brand new Lady Gaga wax figure. Now, shout out to the creative director of Madame Tussauds. You need a raise. You need a raise, because you did the damn thing. Because we're finally getting wax figures that's starting to look like the people that we idolize and that we love and we respect. And you did the damn thing on this one. Now, this particular one was debuted in Berlin, I believe. And yeah, it just looks stunning. Also, shout out to Lady Gaga. You just had a birthday as well. So happy birthday to Miss Gaga. I love you so much. But yeah, what are your thoughts on this? I really love it. Also, they have another version too where she's like doing this, the kissing one right here, and both of them just look phenomenal and stunning. I would love to go to Madame Tussauds Museum. They have one in New York. I live closer to New York. I'm from upstate New York. But I've always wanted to go to the Wax Museum, and I just don't know why I haven't gone yet. And you know what? I think I'm gonna do that. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna treat myself to go to the Wax Museum for my birthday. I think that would be so cute and so much fun, because I love wax figures. I also love sculptures and whatnot. So a lot of people get creeped out by this, but I actually love it. I think it's really dope, and it's an art form in itself. So in conclusion, Madame Tussauds, you did the damn thing. And happy birthday, Lady Gaga. All right, so did you hear about Lizzo apparently wanting to quit music? Now, she recently made a statement on her Instagram claiming that, she's over, well, let me read you the quote right here. This is what she says. She says this. I'm constantly up against lies being told about me for clout and views, being the butt of the joke every single time because of how I look, my character being picked apart by people who don't know me, and disrespecting my name. And then she says, I quit. Now, Lizzo, you gotta practice what you're preaching. Now, I get it. It's hard out there being, in the public eye, facing so much scrutiny and all of that. But you got to put all of that pain and frustration through your music. And sure, you might have different type of outlets, some, maybe you do need to step away from music, but there's a difference between quitting and just taking a break. Why don't you just take a break? Really just harness what you want to do next in your life. I remember back in the day when Gaga was this close to quitting music, well, commercial, the commercial sense of music. And she was heavily scrutinized during the art pop era, but thank God Tony was around to really give her some love and respect and different perspective in order for her to approach music in a different way, and she came out on top better than ever. So maybe you just need a hiatus, maybe try something different, or maybe just hit up some folks that you love and respect that can, maybe be your mentor, during this difficult time. But you're a powerful being. You were put on this earth to inspire people and to give people the motivation and the confidence through your music. You praise, you encourage people to be their most authentic self and to love themselves and all of that. So you got to practice what you preach, but don't be afraid to take time off as well. Maybe you're just having crazy burnout and you just you're letting these people who don't know you get the best of you by any means. But I don't know, Lizzo, I'm sending you light, love, and positivity during your difficult time, but you got this, boo. I believe in you. All right, we're moving right along in our next segment, which I like to call Sippin' on Some TikTok Tea. So let's get to it. All right, so our first TikTok video by the user at Zlata, or Zlady, excuse me on account of my dyslexia, and she discusses her relationship with her art now versus her relationship with therapy. Roll the clip.
I do not know who needs to hear this, but this legitimately could have saved me like a decade of therapy. When you have art, 99% of your problems will go away. Because you'll be sad, you'll make art. You'll be happy, you'll make art. You're gonna have boy problems, you're gonna make art instead. You have money, you make art. You don't have money, you make more art. You're bored, you make art. You don't have friends, you make art. You have friends, you make more art. I used to like shop a lot and go out and eat a lot and have all these boy problems and have all this girl gossip and all this stuff. And now I just make art. And 99.9% of my problems went away. Better than therapy.
Now, I agree with her to a certain extent. Now, therapy is different for the masses. You know, therapy is what you make of it. For me, I remember when I went to therapy, I used to make it out as a date. Oh yes, I would get dressed up real nice and I would have, a list of things that I wanted to discuss and everything. You know, if my insurance is paying for this and all of that, I have no reason not to get all dressed up, nice and fancy, to have a discussion with somebody to help me with my problems. Can I get an amen? For me, I'm an artist as well. If Gaga and Prince had a baby, it would be me, so I do music. But before I was doing music, I was doing I would do a lot of doll designings for my Barbie dolls. I would do photo shoots, I would make clothes and everything and all of that. I would draw and I would sketch, and I remember whenever I had a hard time expressing how I felt, what I would do is I would go to therapy and I would bring, my sketchbook or whatnot, and I would just draw it and start talking, and then they would ask me questions and vice versa. So that was kind of a way for me to like kill two birds with one stone. It kind of got me opening myself up a little bit, but hey, if you can't afford therapy and, diving into artistic endeavors seem to be helping in your matters, by all means, I don't want to stop you. But I do think it's also healthy to have conversations with folks, just to even out the playing field, if that makes sense. Because maybe, in a way you're having talking therapy, not with your friends, and I'm not claiming that your friends need to be your therapist, but say if I'm working on an album and they ask me, well, what's this album about? Well, it's actually about my childhood and this, that, and the third, and so on and so forth. And then I decided to make the album cover this way. So I think it's a balance. If that makes sense, let me know in the comments below if you understand that. But to each his own, and I agree with her to a certain extent. All right, moving on in our next segment, which I love to call Tap Out. Now, what I love the most about this segment is that pretty much I'm tapping out things that we need to just stop or move forward. So I want to know where your tap outs are below, but I'm going to go first. I got 2 tap outs. All right, the first tap out for me, I'm so tired of streaming services acting like they're cable. And I'm talking about the streaming service that have exclusive shows for Netflix. Like a Netflix presents, this show. Hulu presents HBO. What is it with y'all waiting to put out episodes? Why are you acting like cable, where we had to wait next week to see what happens in the next episode? No. I want to binge watch a series in peace. Can I do that? Like, why should I have to wait? When I'm paying it, well, I'm not paying for it. I'm on a net, I'm sharing somebody's Netflix. But you know what I mean? Like, why are they doing that? That makes no sense to me. I don't know. Maybe it's just I don't like it. Let me know if you don't like it either. Put a Netflix end or a film or something emoji if you agree with me. But I can't stand that when streaming services are starting to act like cable. We pay extra, and you're raising the prices. You're gonna give me that season, and I want to binge watch it in peace. And maybe they're doing it because of folks maybe spoiling it when they're on the Twitters, on the X, talking about what had happened. But as someone who loves to binge watch, or who cannot get to it all, I'm not gonna go on social media and get, you know what I mean? So I don't know. Let me know what your thoughts are, but I can't stand that, and it's really annoying me. The second thing that I'm tapping out is the Stanley Cups. Oh my goodness gracious. Now listen, I'm all for saving the planet, saving the squirrels, saving the turtles, by all means, reducing as much plastic as we humanly possibly can. I get it. However, there is no reason for people to be throwing hands and fighting over Stanley Cups. Remember that video? What was it? It was the Valentine's Day collection, and people were running into Target throwing hands, trying to get the latest Stanley Cups. It's insane. And these Stanley Cups are like, what, $45 a pop, $45, $50 a pop. It's insane. And then one of my girlfriends, because she's a mom, her daughter, who was like, what, maybe 8, 9 years old, 10, is getting made fun of because she doesn't have a Stanley Cup and she's begging her mother to get a Stanley Cup. Are we insane? Are we not teaching our, like, what is that about? And then, here's the icing on the cake. Tell me why I was reading somewhere that a woman was charging $10 a picture for someone to take it with her Stanley Cup. This woman is charging $10 for people to use her Stanley Cups for selfies. And let me tell you something. Apparently this idea of hers went out so well that people are on a waiting list. Over a cup. It is not a cup made out of gold. It is not the cup of youth. It is not the cup of life, or it is just a Stanley Cup. Child, I don't get it, but I'm tapping that out. I'm tapping out all the people who are going crazy over the Stanley Cup. However, all you women out there in New York City who are getting punched in the face, now y'all need to get a Stanley Cup, because that shit is big enough where you can mollywop someone upside the head. Now that I recommend, if you now that is something that I approve of. Get those Stanley Cups to protect yourselves. But as far as these little children going, oh my goodness, these Stanley Cups are bigger than these damn kids, and these kids are asking for, can I have a Stanley Cup? Child, I wish somebody would. But let me know in the comments below, what are you tapping out? Those are my 2 tap outs. I would love to know what your thoughts are in the comments. All right, y'all. So moving along, we're jumping into my crush of the week. All right, are you ready? Drum roll, please. Drum roll, please. All right, so my crush of the week is Jordan Christopher. Now, let me tell you something about yourself. All right, first of all, yo, your eyes and your teeth swooned me. My goodness, you are so handsome. So very handsome. And you were my crush of the week, because homeboy, honey child, ooh, yo, you be blessing me on my timeline. I ain't gonna lie. Now Jordan, you can follow him. He is very sweet, very amazing. He posts funny content and also real stuff as well on his TikTok. And one of the things that he discusses about how he's got a hard time dating, and I think, as an outsider looking in, and this is me not shooting my shot at all, I don't know what your type is. I might fit in that bracket, or I may not. Whoever, I don't know. I'm just giving you some perspective. When you're going out on these dates, or just dating in general, and I think for me this helped a lot. If it died out, or someone ghosted me, or things were just not working out, I really believe rejection is God's protection. And if it didn't work out, it most likely happened for a reason, and 9 times out of 10 it's really not you. And sometimes it is you, and if you're wise enough to know, yo, listen, it is me, it's hey me, hi, I'm the problem, it's me, you know what I mean? Like, if you're wise enough, you can call yourself out. But from an outsider looking in, I'm just sending you so much light, love, and positivity, and I pray that you find somebody that is your friend first. Sometimes people just go in the dating pool, and I know it's hard for us queer folk. We jump into the date. Well, most of the time it's hard. Sometimes it's not. It depends on who you're asking. But, in queer years, it's very different dating wise, because we're not having that heteronormative experience of sweet high school sweethearts and marriage and all these different things. But what I can say to you, love, is that I hope that someone you meet loves you unconditionally, and I hope that you find that person who can be your friend first, who sees your flaws, your imperfections, and is willing to love you through them anyway, and still hold you accountable in struggles and things that you need to work through. Everyone deserves that. So you'll find the right one, love. And at the end of the day, take yourself out on the date. And sometimes you meet people through that way. When you put yourself first and you take yourself out and you're on your own world and your own journey, and you take yourself out somewhere nice and all of that. And I don't know, I just believe that, you attract people that way. When you're focusing on you where you least expect it, that's when Mr. Right comes along. So in conclusion, love, you'll find somebody. And in the meantime, take yourself out because you deserve it. And also, congratulations on being my crush of the week. But let me know in the comments below, y'all, who is your crush of the week? And if so, at them right here, because I want to know. I want to see what y'all's type is. All right, so we're going to close out today's episode with Ask V. All right, so we got an Ask V. Let's see. All right, here we go. All right, so this is our Ask V, y'all. Hello, V. Hey, my name is Spencer and I'm 24 years old. I have a group of girlfriends that are planning to make a wonderful trip to the Bahamas. Ooh, which I'm super ecstatic about. However, we have one particular friend in the group who kills the vibe with her bad attitude. The group and I are trying to figure out ways to tell her that she's not invited without hurting her feelings. What should we do? Well, Spencer, as you know, we got to say it together. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. And I don't know how long have y'all been friends for, but I assume a tasteful amount of time if you're going to make this nice, big trip to the Bahamas. So I would just have an honest conversation with her and just be like, listen, as a group, get the whole group together. Don't be that one, have the whole group to come together and just be like, listen, we've noticed a pattern where every trip that we go, you kind of bring the mood down and you kind of have an attitude. And we're kind of at to the point where we don't want to invite you to our trips. Now, we're willing to give you room and for you to explain yourself on what's going on. Is there something going on at home? Why are you acting this way? What is going on? Really ask your girlfriend, like, yo, what is going on? Like, why, like, is everything good? Because every time we go on these trips, you have an attitude or, you just bring down the mood and we're really up to the point where we're just not having it. So we're just trying to get to the bottom. Is everything okay? So I would ask her on like, is there, what's going on at home? Are you good? Just see where she's coming from, because maybe it stems from somewhere. People are not just shady and mean for no reason. It stems from somewhere. Maybe y'all are picking very extravagant trips and she can't afford it, so she's putting out her bad juju or whatnot. You know what I mean? So, but I would just go about it that way. Just really ask her like, yo, is everything good? Because this has been a pattern and we love you and we just want to make sure, like, is everything okay? Because we just keep noticing a pattern of you just, acting stank. We're just trying to have a good time on our vacation. So good luck, Spencer. Fill me in on an update. I would love to know. But in conclusion, thank you for tuning in today's episode. I also, real quick, I want to dedicate this episode to my Uncle Derek. Obviously this is a pre-recorded show, so by the time this comes out, his anniversary of his passing would already pass. But I just wanted to give a quick shout out to my Uncle Derek, who was like the most supporting, down to earth, very funny uncle, and just so sweet and kind and loving and just dope and just, I miss you, Uncle Derek. So I want to dedicate this episode to you, and I know you were looking down on me and my brother and my mom and all of that. So it's been, I think, 7 years since his departure. So yeah, I love you, Uncle Derek, and thank you for always looking out and watching over me. But yeah, I just wanted to leave on that note. But in conclusion, if you want to become a Vemizer, head over to my website, vemilomusic.com. Anything and everything about me is on there except my birth certificate or social security. But as always, please be safe, sanctified, and sanitary under these self-reflecting times. And of course, I will catch you all in the next episode. Mwah. Ciao.